morning.
Morning, YouTube.
It's Monday morning and we're out for an easy run, 30 minutes. I've been saying that Mondays are all about the bike, and Coach James surprised me and popped a 30-minute run in. Maybe that's because James has been running with his dad recently on Mondays and his dad's not available today, so
Quick sub in. For me, this is like the most important run of the week, so it's really relaxed, easy, like literally 9.5 minute mile in 30 minutes, just sort of shaken out last week and setting the body up for this week.
yeah, it's been
I've had to tell Kate to slow down a few times.
yeah, it's a bit weird getting used to it, but feeling better for it, especially after 18 miles yesterday. So just finished up 30 minutes on the bike, so that's a very easy 30-minute run, 30 minutes done on turbo, and now on to teaching HIIT class tonight. So a very solid start to the week. Yes. What a gorgeous morning. I'm in rep 4 of 10. We've got 2 minutes on the plan today. What a difference mindset and the sunshine makes. Off 90 seconds. But yeah, it is beautiful. Boys are doing 8 by 1k today. They're just on their way. And we're passing each other, which is quite nice. Oh, we're almost there. 9 done. 1 more to go. And feeling good about the session. I've enjoyed it. It's flowing well. And I'll talk more about the stats at the end. Let me get my breath back. 1 to go. A very successful Tuesday session, and it was just one of those ones where it was feel good. Now, probably because something like 10 by 2 minutes excites me rather than scares me, and I just went into it with just give it my best kind of attitude, which paid off very well. Legs felt good. I was wearing the Tempo Next with Sense, and just, I wouldn't say sailed through it, but gave it good effort, and the results were achieved. Very happy with the sort of like pace and consistency. Now, one thing I will say is that with time-based intervals, obviously that was 2 minutes long, and your pace can look like it will vary quite a lot because it's just a short period of time. So for me, I tried to look at the distance that I've covered rather than the pace, and they were all between sort of like 0.31 and 0.33, and a lot of them I think are 0.32, which is perfect. I didn't fade in the session, and I tried to keep it as consistent as possible. So that's a big tip to anyone, that if you are doing your intervals based on time, like if you're going, especially if you're doing like 1 minute intervals, the pace can vary quite a lot because it is just short period of time. So really focus on the distance that you cover rather than your pace. Into the last 3 or so minutes of today's run. My hair is up like this because it's a really windy day, and when I first started out it was like blowing in my face, so I didn't even stop, I just tied it up. But it just goes to show, with a good mindset, this run is completely different to last week. An hour on the plan. I gave myself all the advantages. You know, I've gone out early, well ish, following strength class and a PT client. The sun's shining. I mapped out a different route because I got a bit bored of the same ones. And yeah, job done. Tick the box. Listening to a Runners Live podcast by Marcus Brown, the one with Naomi Mitchell, who runs for Reading, I believe. She was second Brit at the London Marathon last year. Great episode. Just zoning out, soaking up the miles. Now, that wasn't there when I left. Oh dear. To climb over, it looks like. Quite a bit muddy. So quite an eventful finish to my run. Oh, perfect time, it just started raining. Yes. So yeah, the tree has somehow fallen over. Looks like it might have hit someone because the light smashed. And then, yeah, there's just a dog roaming around our street. We've found the owners, so it's fine. But yeah, eventful finish to the run. All the daffodils have come out. Come on, Harry, it's raining. Let's go inside. So we're on the way to our first wedding venue viewing. How are you feeling, James? I'm excited personally.
Buzzing.
I can't tell if that's sarcasm or not with you, to be honest. No, you said yesterday you were looking forward to this, weren't you?
Oh, it's probably like, no, yeah. It'd be interesting to feel the vibes.
Yeah, so we've done now, I think, how many? 3, 4, 5?
97.
No, not that many. We've done some virtual viewings already, just because of the restrictions and not allowing us to, and this is the first venue that we're going to see. Now, it does feel quite early, and other venues that we've contacted aren't letting us see the venues until April, but with this one, it's a contactless viewing, so we will be greeted outside by the wedding coordinator, and then essentially they've just opened up the venue, like letting all of the doors open, and it's only going to be James and I for, we've got an hour to just look round the whole venue. We now have the Running Hub Club vests. So James has been tasked with putting together a vest for the Running Hub. At the start of the year, we sat down with some crayons, well, some pencils, and tried to put together a sort of visual of what we wanted. And James did all of the research, went to some different brands, and Scimitar, I think that's hopefully how you pronounce them, do custom designs. So we went with them. The quality is amazing, and we're so happy with how they turned out. We have been able to sort of drop off some of the vests to our clients, and then also have posted the rest. Well, it'll be a few days after you see this, but yeah, we've already just posted them out to everyone. So yeah, I'll show you now what we've got. So here we are, we've gone for a classic white. Now you have to have the Scimitar logo, but we've got the Running Hub logo. And then we've gone with, these are sort of like our brand colours. So we've got grey, pink and black. I thought it was quite striking and quite different. And then on the back, so when anyone's going to be running behind us at a race, you'll see the Running Hub and our stripes. So yeah, super happy with them. They look awesome. Really pleased with the fit and can't wait to wear them at races. Tough work today. The wind is making it a lot harder than what it needs to be. Thank you. Come on, keep digging. 10k tempo done. Sammy smashed it. Yeah, it's been amazing today. We started off quite well, didn't we? Started off really strong for the first 2 miles, and then the next 2 was just like into the wind. So before we started, I said to Sammy, let's just focus on effort today rather than what pace that we had on the plan. And then yeah, the wind really took it out of me, and then the last 2 miles I felt like I was running on treacle, but knowing that Sammy was just that little bit in front of me helped to push me going. If I wasn't doing it with her, I probably would have stopped after 4 miles. So it just goes to show, by doing sessions with other people can really, really help. And I didn't have any music today. Normally I run tempos of music, but yeah, so the session went well. If we're going to look at the positives in terms of did what the prescribed distance was, didn't hit pace but gave it the effort. So and then also we've got been wearing our new vests, but a bit too windy to wear them, but I'll show you later. Oh, Nikki. Wasn't quite expecting this when we came down here. Oh look, there's a sign that says public footpath. We've just been down there, couldn't get through, jumped the fence, back here. I'm quite worried, we're going quite downhill. We are. I feel like there'll be an up to come soon. We are pretty much 12 miles in, so 2/3 of the way through. I've been breaking it up. Almost at checkpoint 2. We're on a hill. We've gone through mud, we've gone up hills, trails, the lot today. Over fences. We've had windy parts, we've had sunny parts. We've had it all. It's like we're training for an ultra. Well, someone is. Someone is. But yeah, it's a big old long hill, this one, so we thought we'd walk it in the true style of ultra training. There's no pressure today. Time on feet is the most important thing with today's run. So over the weekend, probably didn't get as much footage as I could, but obviously when you're with people, you don't always want to be filming when you're doing, especially there were quite big sessions. So Saturday was a 10-kilometre tempo, and normally, again, that is something that is like puts huge fear into me, but I'd roped Sammy into it with me, and she absolutely smashed it. It was horrendously windy on Saturday, and so I said to her, like, we both had a set pace on the plans, but I just said to her, let's focus on effort. And again, advice to anyone, if the weather is not conducive to your session, then you just focus on your effort, because you're more than likely not going to be able to hit the pace because of the rain, the wind, the sun, that kind of thing, like the heat. So we just focused on effort. First 2 miles were fine, and then the wind in the next 2 miles, and it just felt like it, even though I felt like I was trying not to push too hard, it just took it out of me, and by mile 6 my legs felt like they were running through treacle essentially. So it made that quite tough, but got it done, and with the warm up and cool down, that was almost 10 miles, which was good. And then Sunday was an 18 miler with Naomi. I wouldn't say it was like the best 18 miler, but also wouldn't say that it was any by means the worst at all. It was quite a hilly route. We had sun, we had wind, we had mud, we had trails, so we had to walk some bits. There were some hills, so we walked those too. And it was just one of those runs where we're like, let's just focus on getting the distance done rather than focusing on the pace. And we did. It was about, we did 18 miles the week before as well, and I think it was about 10 minutes slower than the week before, which again, like, we weren't too fussed about. Like, my marathon training block is not about time, so if I was really wanting to hit a time, then I might on these Sunday runs be wanting to hit like within a certain pace range. But at the moment, no, it's just getting time back on feet and just building up the endurance with the longer runs. So a really good week in total, 49 miles for the week, which super happy with, but there was no way that I was going back out there for that last extra mile to make it up to 50. I've had a nice curve on the Strava chart in the last few weeks, and so yeah, a bit of a, I wouldn't say an up and down week, but just things that you have to combat. Oh my god, the cat. She just got her head, the bag caught on her head. But overall, a good week, and like I said, it's not that it wasn't up and downs, but you know, this is what you have to combat in your marathon training, is just, don't know, circumstances, and that's what normally happens. But looking at the positives of the week, 49 miles, did all of the sessions. And I'm sure there's more to it right now, but I really can't think. But yeah, happy that I'm almost at 50 miles for the week. I think that's something that I'm probably not focusing on when I should be, because that's huge, especially for running 5 days rather than 6. So yeah, well done me. Woohoo. So thanks for watching this week's episode. Hope that you have enjoyed. Please do the usuals, like, subscribe, and see you all next week for week 3.